Welcome everyone to another session here with a Chainlink Q&A. We have Danny Chong here from Tranchess. My name is Harris. I'm a part of Chainlink Labs. And we're here to talk a little bit more about what's going on with the recent integrations with Tranchess and the new products that we're talking about in terms of being released in the Binance ecosystem. So Danny, welcome.
Thank you very much, Harris. Very happy to be with everyone here today.
Awesome, man. So to get started, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit more about what you guys are building at Tranchess and how does it work, and in the ecosystem, what makes it so special?
Sure. So Tranchess is a structured asset tracking protocol with very resistant solution for users of different risk profiles and capacity as well. It currently exists on BNBChain. I'm still trying to get used to that. It used to be known as the BSC smart chain for the uninitiated. But where we are today, we are kind of like the first of its kind to have a unique primary ecosystem that we currently have built. Let me just give a bit of explanation into that. So the few tokens that you need to know in Tranchess, other than chess tokens, which is our governance tokens, is Queen, Bishop, and Rook. So Queen is basically our 100% underlying tracker, which can be split into 0.5 Bishop, which is the USDC stablecoin-like token, and also 0.5 Rook, which is the leverage, or you can say close to 200% delta kind of leverage. Now, in that sense, 0.5 of 0 delta and 0.5% of 2 times leverage will merge to get you into Queen, right? So also for a fun fact, if you follow international chess, Queen can move in omnidirections. Bishop can only move diagonally, and Rook can only move vertically and horizontally. If you merge them together, they will also give you exactly the moves of Queen. Now, this QBR ecosystem, or we call it our primary market, is unique because if you look at them individually, the 100% or Queen underlying tracker, right, were known to a lot of people from TradFi as just an ETF-like tracker. The leverage is just a leverage tracker, and basically the Bishop could be just a money market fund. But even in the world of TradFi, they have not seen such a combination where it exists uniquely and symbiotically with each other. So this system is very uniquely DeFi.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I noticed, in the work we were doing in advance of this conversation that there are those different tiers. So, it looks like they correlate with different types of profiles of users. Do you have a vision of like what each might best go along with from a user perspective?
Yeah, sure. This I get asked a lot as well. So if you are kind of like holding on to long-term assets, like currently we have 3 funds already in existence: BTC, ETH, and BNB, which is our latest fund. So if you are holding to any of those, and instead of just holding it outside and not doing anything with it, you're hotless of it, you can just put into Tranchess and basically change it or use it to create Queen, and they basically able to earn attractive yield from Tranchess. Now, if you are, for example, someone who believes that the market is at its peak, for example, when Bitcoin is at 60 over 1,000 and you are feeling that it's time to take profit, you can at that juncture change your Queen into our Bishop via swap, or you can actually split Queen into Bishop and Rook and then sell away the Rook portion in swap, basically just to keep Bishop, basically more the just dollar-based stablecoin like token. Then you can wait for market to correct itself like what we are seeing now. And at this juncture, where the market is at the trough or the low, you can then decide whether you want to be a bit more risk on or a bit more aggressive and go into Rook, which can be a leverage token. But if you are just a long-term holder, I would say stick with Queen. If you're a more conservative person, maybe it's your first foray into crypto and you just want to be holding on to stablecoin, Bishop. And if you are more of the type where you can manage risks and you're a bit more aggressive, go for 2 times leverage, go for Rook.
Gotcha. So depending on maybe a risk profile, there's different types of portfolio management tooling within this platform to help provide access to the appropriate level of risk for that individual.
Exactly. So you can be, I mean, these coins definitely suit each and every kind of a different risk appetite, but at the same time, the combination of them would also give you a new dimension.
Gotcha. And so in terms of the infrastructure to this platform, right? Just curious here, where does Chainlink come in to supporting the platform? And yeah, we'd just love to hear your thoughts on that.
Okay, so this is a very lengthy topic. So security was always one of our top priority before we came into doing this Tranchess setup. I think coming from a TradFi space, and seeing initially how DeFi can be a wild west, we were extremely concerned with security. And when we built in kind of like a price oracle and stuff, we actually use TWAP, 30 minutes TWAP in our swap to prevent oracle attack, to prevent flash loan attack. Then again, this side of management on Tranchess side does take a lot of time and effort to keep maintaining. So we were very happy when actually Chainlink was able to come up with their own stable and TWAP price feed. So overall, I guess to say Chainlink, we were making a few consideration of like who to go with and stuff, but ultimately Chainlink came on top for having the widest market coverage and kind of a robust Oracle infrastructure. I think we have also checked with a few protocols and we noted that like it's still highly resilient throughout extreme market volatility and even network congestion. If I'm not wrong, they are also you guys are also more than you guys are also like helping more than 80 over billion worth of TVL on DeFi protocol itself, right? So with all this in mind, I guess the team kind of unanimously decided to go with Chainlink. I guess where we applied this TWAP or like a Oracle a price link is with our BNB fund. So the two funds prior before we have not yet engaged, but definitely that is a thought or plan in mind. We're going to just further discuss about that. And I guess also to say just readily out of the oven, we have also integrated Chainlink keepers to support automation of fund settlements and TWAP calculations. All in all, what we do first of all to have the Chainlink keepers and also to have the price the price link from you guys. We hope to have higher security and in the end also to save us some time in terms of automation and most importantly to reduce the amount of time wait that users have to at each settlement, be it for our primary market settlement or be it for our swap market settlement.
Yeah, I think you said some interesting things there, Danny. So if I understand where you're coming from, relying on Chainlink oracles from a security perspective, when it comes to the price feeds, but even taking it a step further, if I understand you with the keepers use case, we've heard a lot of different things from different users around the benefits of automating smart contracts. I know you said a little bit in terms of saving time with your team, but were there any other elements that you were excited to use, in this case keepers, for within your platform?
I think in terms of keepers, for us now currently it's the auto trigger of what we are set to do every day, right? Be it for settlement or be it for TWAP calculation. Honestly, this one we are more keen to have it done with Chainlink because it's also more securitized. I can't also imagine this being done with the truth is, like there's a lot of people who pings us every day and say that we can actually get this done for you and stuff on TG. But I guess we prefer to follow kind of like the brand name or you guys support a lot of protocols that we are familiar with, and I think we prefer to go with that.
Understood. Yeah. And so just so I understand, and we can help the viewers understand, what is the trigger that you're using presently? Is it a time stamp, or how are you automating the emissions?
So basically, every time it will trigger to settle first of the funds. So be it like after the TWAP at the end of a 30-minute on a swap, or be it at 2 p.m. UTC time, where we do daily settlement of the primary market.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I guess like it's just to say we believe that like what we have now is a fine balance between security, efficiency, and of course cost savings.
Totally. And I know we were talking a little bit earlier around the newer fund. Are a lot of these features now new to the new fund, or is this something you were mentioning earlier around the ETH and the BTC ones, where we're looking to potentially do some things different in the future? Like how do you see the differences across the portfolios that you've built?
Yeah, I guess what we have now, right, is more pertaining to BNB. Truth is, we are also cautious. I mean, as notable as Chainlink is, we still need to do our own due diligence, right? So obviously, we try out with one part of the newer fund, which is BNB, before we go back and try out and integrate it into the BTC and also ETH. I guess to say why it's also a first for us on the BNB fund itself is that I guess working with Chainlink on Oracle side on the price feed side is one. Itself is also unique because of the fact that it is it's linked to the validator node that we have on the BNB chain, and this also for us is a first. We are always trying to create a diverse and sustainable way of having a fund. With BTC and ETH, we are actually just coming out with emission of the Chess token, which is our governance token, which is Chess token, sorry. And on BNB fund, right, you do not get just Chess token, but you also get kind of a rewards done for helping BNBChain decentralize and secure the blockchain network. So in that sense, by having our own validator node that's physical work done, users on the fund or on our site can actually get BNB rewards back. And this is kind of taking us away from a pure chess emission token and going into more a return of the native token that they plow in.
Yeah, so I think, building off of what you're saying there, Danny, I'm curious to get your perspective on where you see things going even from here within, just broadly speaking, crypto asset management from a tooling perspective. Anything that's top of mind for you, or anything that's really inspired the development so far?
Sorry, I got a bit of a disruption. Can you repeat that question again?
Yeah,
Sorry.
totally. So, just I guess in short, where do you see the future developments of portfolio management tooling heading for crypto assets?
Okay, so that's a very interesting question. For us, where we see it is definitely evolving very quickly. The next kind of wave we are seeing in terms of entrance of new crypto investors, definitely from mainstream, definitely from TradFi. I think lately, or even since mid of 2021, we can see more such news coming in of be it banks or be it a financial institution. In fact, as recent as just within the week, New York Stock Exchange announced that it's going to have its own NFT platform, and also it may be having its own coin and also crypto exchange. I think with that, we'll definitely see a lot more of mainstream money coming in. Now, where this money definitely coming in into crypto, they are new to crypto. They will definitely need some form of guidance or kind of help rather than going straight on into the world of DeFi, where you require a MetaMask setup, where you require to know what is the best DeFi protocol to come in. You have to understand the different nature of each blockchain and stuff like that. So I think kind of like the DeFi projects, there needs to be a lot more credible ones incoming, and basically to explained in terms of the terminology and words that mainstream can understand as well. So first of all, I think the point here is that this could crypto asset tracking or management could work very well for the new mainstream adoption. The second point being that with this incoming and also new kind of a wave, we definitely need to build on security. We definitely need to build on more precision. And I think that's where a combination of strong DeFi projects and what you have here at Chainlink will be the best combination to bring out or build out kind of like this new community or new wave of protocol collaboration to kind of like attract or be the new form of standard for people to come and invest into. There also will be something interesting that I've observed as well. There'll be intermediaries there's coming in. Maybe there's some kind of there's possible collaboration or Chainlink with these intermediaries as well. So these are financial institutions that kind of will be an aggregator. They will be regulated as well for users to be able to directly put the money inside, and it helps with on-ramp, off-ramp. And these intermediaries will be able to directly help so-called investors and put money into the different DeFi protocol, all in one elegant GUI. So that's kind of like I see possible within the near future. And I guess at the back of it all is still the fact that we need, as I mentioned earlier, more credible DeFi projects, people who come from hopefully TradFi background or understand what the mainstream users might need, and also still cater to current existing needs of the DeFi group to get attractive use.
Gotcha. Yeah. And so, I mean, with all of these things that you're observing, what do you see what's coming next for Tranchess specifically, and what you're building, given what you're seeing from the macro view? I guess, in other words, what's the roadmap, so to speak?
Yeah, definitely we have all these in mind. I guess first and foremost, right. Currently, we just because of we are existing on BNBChain. They just did a rebranding and a revamp, and they started a BNB DeFi League where top protocols on the blockchain is actually collaborating with each other, sharing thoughts, and moving ahead on what's possible even with the chain to evolve, and what kind of users or what kind of standards we are going to bring on. So that's first and foremost like what we have on the plate. This is quite a big thing for us. And we have already started DAO a couple of months back, and we are continuously improving and evolving our DAO. What we have initially are team-led kind of proposals, but at the same time, we are also seeking out community leaders that will be able to help us bring forth proposals and also lead the overall community in time to come. Sifting out all these community leaders are not easy, and it definitely takes time to be observed as well. So we have introduced things like a Tranchess Trooper of the Month, where we observe on a monthly basis who are the contributors to Tranchess, and we keep them ongoing with ongoing conversations to understand their thoughts and also start getting their viewpoints and implement some of the stuff that they have to say. In time to come, there will also be people who put on the proposals for Tranchess as well. Now, Tranchess definitely may not come as the simplest form of DeFi that you see out there. I think it's definitely one step in terms of sophistication ahead. With that in mind, we have also launched our educational program where we plan to build out something along the line of a Tranchess wiki. We're going to have A to Z explanation about what we have. So the thing is, we already have everything on documentation and FAQs and stuff, but we also know that sometimes a pure hardline kind of a white paper may be difficult to understand. So we're trying to build it out into easy to understand snippets. We're also going to have educational videos that in as we speak we are doing it early, but it's going to be a continuous process, right?
Of course.
So we have also launched our V2 with the BNB fund, but it has not fully integrated into or the V2 integration has not been fully completed across the whole of Tranchess. So we will be over the next 2 months revamp V2 or implement V2 over the whole Tranchess as well. Next, we can expect in closer to mid-year a different fund structure release. This will be something that after we seek a DAO with our community, we'll try to join up. We are now at the stage of doing an initial study of offering something that is unique to Tranchess. I mean, across different chains or across protocol, we are hoping that this will be a breakthrough. Last but not least, I guess cross-chain definitely happening this year. Which chain to go into? Are we going to be crossing chain one at a time, or we're going to be doing multiple chains of move at the same time? Yet to be decided. We are obviously concerned and interested with how things are mapping out in layer 2s and observing kind of like a bloating or a downtime of service observed across different chains before we make kind of an insightful chain crossing.
Totally. Yeah, man. So, I mean, if I were to kind of break it down here, it sounds like a high focus on continuing to build out the community and innovate the product with the V2 and other types of potential multi-chain applications of what you're building. Is that a fair summary?
That's very precise.
Gotcha. So, in the spirit of the community, just curious, where can the audience find you guys? What channels are you on? What's the best way to interact with Tranchess?
Is this the time where I can do this and say, like...
Oh, yeah. Plug it in.
Yeah. All right. You can follow Tranchess at tranchess.com, our website. You can also go to Twitter and just search for Tranchess, or it will be at Tranchess Telegram at t.me/Tranchess. Obvious, last but not least, tranchess.medium.com. You'll be able to find us all there.
Awesome. Danny, thanks so much for joining. To the broader community, if you enjoyed this conversation, feel free to drop a like, subscribe for future conversations that we'll be hosting. Have a nice day.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Harris.